Imagine a vast, unforgiving desert stretching endlessly under a merciless sun, a sea of golden dunes where secrets lie buried for eternity. Now picture a gaping wound in the earth, a fiery maw belching flames that have raged without cease for over half a century. This is the door to hell, the gates of hell, the Darvaza gas crater in the heart of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert. A place where science collides with legend, where human error birthed an eternal inferno. But what secrets does this enigmatic abyss truly hold? Is it a portal to the underworld, as local lore whispers, or a stark reminder of our tampering with nature's hidden forces? Join me as we descend into the mysteries, layer by layer, uncovering the truths and the enigmas that surround this blazing colosseum of fire. Please subscribe for more historic mysteries. Our story begins in the sprawling Karakum Desert, a barren expanse covering 70% of Turkmenistan, some 350,000 square kilometers of sun-scorched sands and whispering winds. Here, in the 1960s and 1970s, the Soviet Union eyed the region with greedy ambition. Turkmenistan, then a Soviet republic, was rich in natural gas, the sixth largest reserves in the world. Geologists roamed these dunes, drilling rigs piercing the earth in search of black gold and gaseous wealth. But what treasures or terrors lurked beneath? In 1971, or perhaps as early as the 1960s, according to some local accounts, a team of Soviet engineers set up a rig near the remote village of Darvaza, 260 kilometers north of the capital Ashgabat. The air was thick with anticipation. Little did they know, they were about to unleash a monster. As the drill bit deeper, it struck not oil, but a massive underground cavern filled with natural gas. The ground trembled, then gave way in a thunderous roar. The entire drilling rig vanished into the abyss, swallowed by a collapsing sinkhole that formed three massive craters. The largest, a yawning pit 60 to 70 meters wide and 30 meters deep, spewing toxic methane into the air. Panic ensued. Livestock nearby began to sicken from the poisonous fumes. Villagers whispered of curses from the desert spirits. But why no official records? The Soviet regime classified the incident as top secret, burying the details in archives that remain lost or inaccessible to this day. Was this truly an accident, or part of covert experiments in resource extraction that went horribly wrong? Some theories suggest the collapse was foreseen but ignored in the rush for gas supremacy. As the dust settled, the engineers faced a dilemma: how to contain this gaseous beast threatening lives and the environment. In a fateful choice, the geologists decided to set the crater ablaze. A match to the methane, they reasoned, would burn off the gas in mere days or weeks, neutralizing the threat. Flames erupted, transforming the pit into a roaring furnace. But days turned to months, months to years. The fire refused to die. Why? The reserves were vastly underestimated. Turkmenistan's underground wealth was immense. Local geologists later confided that the ignition might not have happened until the 1980s, contradicting the popular 1971 timeline. What secrets were the Soviets hiding? Could this have been a deliberate act to mask a larger failure? As the flames danced eternally, the door to hell was born, a name whispered in fear and awe by nomads who saw its glow piercing the night sky like a beacon from the underworld. For over 50 years, the crater has burned without pause, a perpetual blaze illuminating the desert's isolation. By day, it's a smoldering scar on the earth. By night, a blazing colosseum where thousands of small fires flicker like souls in torment. The roar of escaping gas echoes like a distant jet engine, and the heat warps the air, creating mirages that deceive the eye. But what fuels this endless fire? Vast methane pockets replenished by underground faults. Some theorize, if the gas is finite, why hasn't it exhausted itself? Is there an unknown source deeper in the earth, perhaps connected to ancient geological shifts? To the Turkmen people, this is no mere geological oddity. It's the gates of hell, a portal to the afterlife where ancient deities punish the unwary. Nomadic tribes tell tales of lost caravans drawn to the glow, vanishing into the sands forever. Spirits of the desert, they say, guard the abyss. In folklore, it's a punishment for human hubris, a fiery reminder of tampering with the earth's secrets. Visitors report eerie sensations, the sulphurous fumes stinging the eyes, the ground trembling faintly. One anonymous guide recalls flames once visible for kilometers, now dimming. But the mystery lingers. What if these legends hold kernels of truth? Could the crater be built on an ancient site of power, its flames awakening long-dormant forces? Under Soviet rule, the site was hushed up, a classified embarrassment. Post-independence, it became Turkmenistan's unlikely star attraction, drawing a trickle of intrepid tourists. Only about 6,000 visit the country annually. Yurts dot the nearby dunes for overnight campers who roast marshmallows over the heat or stare into the void. In 2018, it was a stop in the Amal Hazar rally. In 2019, President Berdimuhamedow did donut stunts around it on TV to quash death rumors. Yet access is treacherous. Potholed roads, no facilities, and government permits required. As tourism grows, will the door to hell lose its mystique or reveal new secrets to those brave enough to approach? For decades, the crater remained untouched, its depths a forbidden realm. Then, in 2013, Canadian explorer George Kourounis dared the impossible. Obsessed with extremes, Kourounis spent 18 months preparing, securing permissions, assembling a team, and practicing in a heat-reflective suit and Kevlar harness. He even hired a Hollywood stunt coordinator to set him ablaze repeatedly, training not to panic amid flames. Why risk it? To plumb the mysteries below and search for life in hellish conditions. Rappelling down the 30-meter drop, Kourounis entered a coliseum of fire, flames licking the walls, the roar deafening. The heat scorched his suit. Methane burned cleanly, no smoke, but the air was toxic. He felt minuscule, vulnerable, his team tiny specks above. Collecting soil samples, he raced against time. His air supply limited. What if he had fallen? Would the abyss claim him as its own, adding to the legends of lost souls? Back in labs, the samples yielded wonders. Extremophile bacteria thriving in the methane-rich, scorching environment, unique to the crater and absent in surrounding soil. This discovery hinted at life on other planets, expanding our search for extraterrestrials. Kourounis also uncovered timeline discrepancies. Locals said the collapse was in the 1960s, ignition in the 1980s, not 1971. No one actually knows how this hellish inferno came to be, he noted. If bacteria survive here, what other life or secrets might lurk in similar abysses on Earth or beyond? Amid scorched earth and sulphurous fumes, life persists. Spiders, astonishingly, have adapted to the crater's edge, hunting prey in temperatures that would incinerate most creatures. Research from similar sites shows arachnids altering behaviors for heat and gas. The bacteria Kourounis found, heat-tolerant extremophiles, a micro-ecosystem unto itself. How did these organisms evolve so quickly? Is the crater a natural laboratory for life's resilience, or a warning of mutated horrors? Environmentally, the door spews methane, a potent greenhouse gas, altering soil mineralogy and contributing to climate change. Decades of fire have scorched the surroundings, creating a dead zone. Yet, anecdotal evidence suggests unexpected adaptations. What long-term damage has this inferno wrought? Could closing it unleash pent-up gases, worsening the crisis? Whispers persist of Soviet cover-ups. Was the ignition to hide failed experiments? Some claim extraterrestrial ties. The flames an alien beacon, though unsubstantiated. Failed 1980s extinguishing attempts fuel theories of deliberate preservation. What truths remain buried in classified files? In 2010, President Berdimuhamedow first called for limiting the crater's impact. By 2022, he ordered its extinguishment for health, environmental, and economic reasons. Lost gas revenue. A commission formed, but the flames endured. In 2025, progress. Wells drilled around the crater captured methane, reducing fires threefold by June. By August, only small pockets remained, the glow faint. Irina Luryeva of Turkmenistan announced the inferno's fade at a conference. Is this the end, or will the door reopen, defying human will? Explosive gas buildup or tourism loss? Tour operators worry about income. Scientists monitor emissions. What if closure reveals hidden caverns or artifacts? As flames weaken, the crater transforms from spectacle to relic. Declared a natural reserve in 2013, it may become a site for study, but the mysteries endure. Lessons for global energy. Human errors cost. Life's tenacity. Question: will similar craters emerge elsewhere? Doors to new hells. What truly caused the collapse? Why the secrecy? What lies deeper? As we emerge from the abyss, the door to hell reminds us, nature's secrets are vast, our understanding fragile. Though flames fade, the enigma remains. What other doors await in the shadows? The desert whispers,